Hey guys, great to be here. It's a wonderful October 30th, day before Halloween. Happy to be here. Grateful for all of you. And I had a weird morning and it's been fantastic. And I'm going to share it all with you guys today because, well, that's what Coffee with Cam's all about. It's what's alive for me in the present moment and reminding myself continually that greatness starts with the first sip. So I don't know what today's going to bring now, but wow. I woke up this morning with an overwhelming sense of dread right inside my soul. Just fear just crumpled up inside. And I didn't know what it was. I couldn't recognize it. I just knew I was experiencing a whole new sense of dread on a level I've never experienced before. And I couldn't figure out why I was sensing this dread. But regardless, I had two choices. I could slug through on the path that I'm on, get up, take my morning walk, do my 5 miles like I do and have every morning since I've started this whole new path of life and this whole new way of being. Or I could cover myself up, go back to bed, go back to sleep, and carry on sliding back into old thought patterns, behaviors, and beliefs. But no, I leaned into that fear this morning. And I'm grateful that I did because it opened my eyes to things that I had never really expected before, and a whole new way of living, a whole new sense of possibilities. But that fear this morning, as I took my steps, put on my clothes, and hey, October 30th, and I'm wearing shorts, and I walked in shorts all the way to on my 5 mile trek this morning. And I took that path and I did it, but back to the fear and what it was about. And I realized as I was walking, it was an all encompassing fear of success that I've had my entire life. I've been afraid to exceed. I've been afraid to accept my worthiness. I've been afraid to accept all the possibilities that the universe has in store for me and the best life that the universe has in store for me, thinking, no, that's for other people. That's not for me. It's not for me to be successful. It's for me to be just a regular cog in the wheel. And whenever I go for something, it's not going to work out. And I was walking and I saw 17 different shadows surrounding me as I took each step. It was a weird play on tricks of light and everything like that. But I realized each of those shadows that I could disseminate were with me. And it was all different paths that I could take or could have taken along the way, or I'm going to take going forward. And I kept walking and I kept pushing through the fear, and more fear kept gathering inside me. But I knew each of those shadows were walking with me, that they were there to help me either turn back, go back, go back to the way I was, go back to the way I used to be, or to embrace the movements going forward on the path that I'm currently on. And they stayed with me. And I kept walking. And I had to stop and tie up my shoes. And they were with me then. And I realized that I needed those shadows and that those building blocks that were the shadows surrounding me were there to support me each step along my journey. And I got my shoes tied and I hit the highway. This is about a mile or so into my walk. And I turned the road, I turned the corner, and lo and behold, could have been a trick my eyes were playing on me, but it meant more to me than that. But the encompassing sense of dread of embracing the path that I was on was unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And I saw a couple of embers floating on the middle of the road and a shadow in that. It looked like a person. And as I walked by it, I felt that encompassing sense of dread and I pushed forward anyways. I thought about turning back, but no, I knew I had to push forward. And as I pushed past those flying, floating embers of looked like ashes from a cigarette butt on the ground, I realized that it was me dead on the ground. And I pushed through that. And I realized it was not a physical death, but an embodiment of the death of the way I used to be, of the way I've been holding back, of the way I've been sugarcoating my message, of the way I've been afraid to accept my mission in life. And that was gone. I pushed through that, and that way of being was dead to me. That the only path forward was through. That the only way to carry on in the path that I've chosen is to push through the fear and not be afraid of success anymore, but to embrace success, to embrace a successful lifestyle, to embrace a way of being that I've never thought of before. And just before I went on live today with you guys, I realized that I was no longer that 4-year-old boy who broke his arm going for what he wants. That what has been holding me back has been a fear of going for what I want, because I was 4 years old. I hadn't put one of my toys away. My favorite toy was it was a little green plastic gun that shot little arrows. And I loved that toy. But my father had taken it away from me for a week, which is a lifetime in the eyes of a 4-year-old boy. But he'd taken it away from me for a week, and I'd forgotten about it. I'd moved on to other things. But in my mind, I thought about 10 days later that I'd kind of like my toy back. And so I went and asked my dad if he could get me my toy, and he was busy watching Family Feud on television. You remember Richard Dotson? Zero. And anyways, he said, I'll get it for you at the next commercial break, Cam. Well, in my 4-year-old mind, that was permission that I had to have my toy back. And so I went for it. I grabbed a stool, like 4 metal legs with an orange cushion on it, because I knew where the toy was being kept, because it was always within my eyesight when I looked up, top of the refrigerator in a little old ashtray. And I climbed up the stool. I grabbed the gun. I held it in my hands, and the stool tipped, and I broke my left arm. And being left-handed, hadn't started kindergarten yet, broken arm, going through school in kindergarten with a broken arm, picked on all the time, got the nickname of Lopper, stuck until we moved out of Glencoe and into Mitchell. And I was bullied, I was picked on, everything like that. And it forms an impression in my mind that if I go for what I want, if I try to reach my own greatness, I'm going to fall down and get hurt again. And I've been self-sabotaging myself all of my life, because I thought if I go for what I want, even though if I have permission to go for what I want, I'm going to break myself, cripple myself, and hurt myself. And then I realized it was all bullshit, that I don't have to live my life based on an episode that happened 40 some years ago. So I thought about it some more, and I realized I'm no longer that child with a broken arm. I can reach for success, and it's not going to hurt me in any way, shape, or form. It's going to inspire others. It's going to open up their minds to possibilities, and I get to do that with my life. I get to be here and now, doing what I'm doing, and accepting the universe's energy, and going forward, living my best life, not afraid of success, embracing success. And that's how I'm going to live the rest of my life. And I'm not going to sugarcoat my message, speaking what's true to me in the present moment, living my life, embodying my life, seeing all the changes and the improvements, and not sliding back into old thought patterns and behaviors, but pushing forward, and creating my own reality and rewriting the history that's affected me up until now, knowing that it was necessary for me to experience that, for me to be here right now. And I'm so grateful for that experience. I'm so grateful for being bullied, for being picked on mercilessly as a younger child, because it's created the me that I am today, the me that I am that's not afraid to take off my shirt and pirouette around the stage like a monkey. It's created a me that's not afraid to come on live and speak to one person or 1 million people in the present moment, just speaking straight from the cuff with no polish, no script, no way of being other than what's true to me in the present moment. And as I embrace that, I know success is going to be inevitable. And I can see myself and I can see the changes each and every day as I embrace creating my day, as I get returned from my 5 mile walk, as I do the 5 mile walk, as I exercise and go through my exercise routine, as I live in the present moment, reflecting on the possibilities that life has to offer instead of beating myself up over decisions that I've made in the past or decisions that could affect other people. It's like, no, I have to be true to who I am. I can't be worried about other people, what they think of me. I have to do what's right for me. And in doing what's right for me, inspire others to embrace their own happiness. And that's who I'm becoming. And that's what I'm living. And that's how I'm going to live my life going forward. And I'm going to drink my coffee, smoke the odd cigarette, drink the odd beer, post live on YouTube every day, pirouette around the stage like a monkey, doing more and more because I know there's always more that I'm capable of. And I know the opportunities are going to fall into my lap, that my success is inevitable because I'm taking those consistent, committed, imperfect actions. And it is phenomenal. And I hope my energy is showing through this screen. And I don't have to compete with other people for their energy. I don't have to placate other people. I get to empower myself each and every day by living what holds true to me in the moment and making decisions, fucking around, finding out, throwing shit against the wall, zigging instead of zagging, and making those new choices and pushing through the fear, pushing through that all encompassing fear and dread, because nothing hurt me but the fear itself and the fear that was created in my mind. I wasn't being chased by an angry badger. So there was no reason for that fear other than the fact that I have been afraid all of my life, afraid of failure, afraid of success, living in analysis paralysis. But instead, I get to write my own future. I get to write my own playbook. I get to live my life according to my best interests. And in so doing, inspire others to do the same. Because at the end of the day, it's not external things that are going to make me happy. It's living my life that's going to make me happy. And I don't need something external in order to do it because every decision I've made along the road has provided me with the building blocks and resources to do what I'm doing right now and each and every day going forward. And it's going to be an amazing success. And I'm so happy, so pumped, thinking of the new ways of being, not having to try to convince other people to follow a program or sign up for a program, but just speaking straight from the heart and knowing that the resources that I need are going to flow in because they are. And it's just acceptance. It's living that life, feeling those emotions, feeling the inevitability of success, but not even the inevitability because success, I've already achieved it. I've already achieved every single marker that you could look for in life. And life keeps getting better and better each and every day. And my external world is changing to reflect my inner state of being. And it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I do 150 sit-ups or 3,000 crunches in a month. It doesn't matter if I walk 5,000 steps a day or 15,000 or 25,000. It's just doing more, speaking more, becoming more in tune with whom I'm meant to be and not being afraid of success. And as I speak, speaking truly, not holding back, not sugarcoating my message on the chance that it might offend somebody, not sugarcoating my language because somebody might take offense and not pay attention, not trying to placate to the masses, but placating to myself and living my best life and embodying that journey and living and loving in the best way that I know how and helping others by showing them there's another way to live. Because at the end of the day, there is always another way to live. And my way is no superior or inferior to anybody else's. It's just my way. And I'm loving my way. And it's giving me power and strength and wisdom and clarity and a better physique and more resources and more wealth and more happiness and more health and everything that you could possibly imagine. And the reason for that is that I am the spark of God, the Holy Spirit, Chi, the Force. It's all inside of me. And it's all inside of each of us. And each of those lessons that we learn in the present moment will allow us to learn new lessons with greater abundance because life is abundance. It's all the energy that surrounds us. Praise be to God. Praise be to the purple monkey dishwasher. I don't care what you call it, but there is something outside of us that is within us, and it's all the same. And it's both the same side, two sides of the same coin. And love is hate, like is dislike, energy is matter. And at the end of the day, you can transform that energy into the matter that you want to create just by being true to yourself, being true to your beliefs, and being true to your own happiness. And if people are offended by that, then they're offended by my way of being, and I'm okay with that. It's not for me to decide how you live your life. It's not for me to tell you what's going to make you happy. It's for me to be happy and show other people how to be happy by being happy myself. And I'm so happy each and every day that I get to sit out here, enjoy the sunshine, the beautiful weather, where I get to sit in my studio and share my experiences with all of you. I'm no storyteller. I'm no billionaire. I'm just this blind arthritic smoker that likes to drink beer and has his plantar removed because of a string of tumors that he had along his foot. And yet, I don't define myself by those limitations. I push through that. I've pushed through that. I've learned to walk again. I've learned to live in a different way. I've learned to make different choices in my life, different movements. And I am the butterfly flapping its wings, and the timelines are coalescing around me into the path that is greatness and greatness going forward because I'm pushing through the fear, pushing through the pain, and living my best life. And there's less resistance as you move forward. And it becomes easier as you move forward. As you do more and more each and every day, it becomes so much easier. So please take that first step. Find what makes you happy, not what society says should make you happy, not what your friends and family think should make you happy. Find what makes you truly happy, push forward, and go for it. Because at the end of the day, that's all we got. It's the experiences that we have in life. It's not about money. It's not about glory. It's not about fame. It's about the joy that you have each and every day. And it's not about some smugness. It's not about self-righteous indignation. It's not about judging others for what makes them happy. It's about embodying your own true happiness. And that's what's going to keep you motivated each and every day to keep going forward. And just know that the universe is going to provide you with the necessary resources. I know it. I'm living proof. Look at me. The abs are starting to show. The fat's transforming into muscle. And my brain is becoming more effective at speaking each and every day. And whether I speak for 5 minutes or 5 hours, I'm learning a skill set. I'm learning how to embrace the possibilities that the universe has for me. And I'm learning to accept success. So thanks a lot, guys. I know it's been a quick one today. I could go on for hours today, but I want to enjoy this new way of being and enjoy the success and the life that I'm now embodying because the emotions are just overflowing. I'm overwhelmed with all the support and gratitude. And as I said on the Dancing Monkey video earlier this morning, they're not all going to laugh at you. They are going to be supportive of your journey. And it's not going to be it's going to go from what the hell do you think you're doing to how did you do and why are you doing this to how did you accomplish such greatness? And I believe that each one of you is capable of that greatness. And I'm going to keep living my life and embodying it. And people are going to take notice of how I'm doing it. And they're going to embrace their own way because inside of them, they know what it's going to be to make them happy. Love you all. Have a great day. And see you at the next Coffee with Cam, where greatness starts in the first sip.